All right, so I'm short two cons. We got a SMT change in the state and an inverse fair value gap. All right, so let's break this down. Of course, we're deep in the premium, right? So I'm not expecting to go longs. We just swept out these highs, leaving all of these lows intact. I definitely like this Asia low, but that's super far. But we're gonna sell some if when it gets to the midnight open. All right, so let's break this down. We got a change in the state right here. Oh, and we got a breaker, high, low, higher, high, lower, low. You want to see it close below this low first. But we have a fair value gap right here. Kind of expecting that to be used as a breakaway. First target would be at that midnight open if we end up wanting to get there. Alright, so we do have this little fair value gap right here. I would love for this to be used to take us lower. It's a SIBI. And this is kind of a breaker right here. In this couple with a breaker, we got a high, low, higher, high, lower, low also. But I'm gonna just leave it off of the chart because I have a lot of things on my chart. I don't want to clutter up the chart. So yeah, and we're deep in a premium. So I don't want no long. I don't want no long positions right now because we literally just been going up and up and up. So I'm expecting a retracement. I have multiple zones above here, expecting it to use as a breakaway gap. I don't want it to come up here. Stop loss CE of this wick. Once you start getting below, look like that bearish breaker actually. Look like it's working to the T. Mm. If we end up getting down here, I'm gonna sell one because that's 50 points. Usually my target is 50 points. Well, my first sell is usually 50 points. Bringing my stop loss down. To this inverse. If it do comes up, I want to see it stay here, right in the lower half of this break of this bearish breaker. I don't want to see it come up and invalidate this upper half of any of these zones. Look like we up about 28 points. Let's see if we get some low resistance. And then also these bullish candles right here, once it closed below here, it created another change in the state to the downside. That's why I like to see this whole zone be sensitive and take us lower, if we're on the right correct side of order flow. But it's looking pretty good right now. Everything is going the way it should. There's nothing being really invalidated. Let's see what we get. Bring my stop loss right here because I'm not expecting it to come up here. So my stop loss is literally right like what, 9 points. If it kind of displaces a little bit lower, I may scale into one more. I want to see it close below. There you go. That's nice. Scaled into one more con. Stop loss at the top of the breaker. So we tapped that 830 open. The breaker shouldn't get invalidated. Well, it could hit this. Could hit this inverse. But if it do that, it's going to disrespect the breaker. That's where it's like, stop loss still 10 points, so it's not bad. Actually, since I scaled in, it actually brought my average price down a little bit. So I'm still risking what, $95, which is 15 points. Let's see if we get a displacement lower. ES is already down. ES is down here at its lows already. Yep, that's not what I wanted to see. Probably gonna get stopped out. But that's too far. For me to trace me, you're supposed to leave this zone unmitigated. Let's see if we have the willingness to come to this inverse Because if we disrespect this inverse, so it looked like on ES took out. So ES did not take out this high. So it looked like we got another SMT that I would love for it to stay intact. Bring my stop loss right at SMT high because if it comes up there again, probably gonna just sweep that high. And I'm not expecting this to come up here, way up here anyway. So that's why I'm bringing my stop loss right there because it's not looking really good. It was supposed to hit here and then this. You see how it displaced lower, but then it pulled back up. That's not what you want to see if you're bearish. You want to see speed past these lows. So we did speed, but we came right back. So that shows that buyers still ended up buying back up. So either we still waiting on news. We still have a lot of news impact. I think the next news is at what, maybe 10 o'clock. But we still good. Nothing really got invalidated. This breaker, remember the wicks could do the damage. The bodies tell the story. The bodies are still inside of the breaker. Stop loss literally right at that high. If this trade fails, this will be what? Over 3 for the week, basically. But I love the way it's going because I'm actually getting better and better with my losses, actually understanding what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm not supposed to be doing, understanding that patience is key. And being disciplined. Mm-mm. Just doing a lot of stalling. Them Asia lows do look sweet. Problem is we have all-time highs. Another thing is we have the tech, because I traded the Nasdaq, which is the tech companies. They're so the big tech report earnings this week. So you have a lot of like you have Amazon, you have Microsoft, you have a lot of big companies. Meta, they all report earnings this week. So the big tech they make a lot of money. So if they're making a lot of money, that's going to push the price to go up higher. So we got this change in the state right here. I would love for this to take us lower. I'm about to mitigate my loss right now. I'm about to bring my stop loss, but from here to here, it's all right. It's at the SMT high, so we good. And if it don't come up here, I'm expecting it to get used this zone to get used as a breakaway gap, which means is I'm expecting it not to get traded to. It's not looking good. Another thing, I was just about to close it too. I was just about to manually close it because I don't really like how it's moving. I'm gonna close it. I'm close it early. 20. So I lost $23. Let's see if we take this high. If it stopped me out. Take this line. That mean it stopped me out. I just got out a little early because I figured it's doing too much back and forth, back and forth. That means most likely it's gonna stop you out. So I don't mind. I don't mind cutting the trade early if it's doing things that I'm not liking. And then you see how it hit that 8:30 open. So you see how price keeps returning back to the 8:30 open. Another sign of a low resistance. Look, 8:30 open, come back down. Look how it's just whoa, whoa. Trying to see if I can find me another entry or something, but it's doing a lot of back and forth, and we have a lot of news. So that's another reason it may be a low probability day. We have a lot of news, like a lot. Like we had 9:45 news. It really didn't do much. We had three red folder news at 9:45. Then at 10 o'clock we had a red orange folder. 10:30, which is in 6 minutes, we have another high impact news. Then at 2 p.m. 2:30 we have FOMC, federal rate funds, and FOMC statement. So usually when it's a lot of news like that, you preferably don't want to trade that because it's most likely going to have a low resistance market. Basically, we're not going to go too far. We're just, you saw I reach it back and forth, back and forth. Yes, we do pop, but we are literally returning back to this 8:30 open. So I'm saying, and we're here. So it's waiting for more, I guess, whichever news it want to give the most volatility to manipulate and then to go the direction I really want to go. So looking like it never came and stopped me out. But if I don't like what's going on in the trade, it is permissible for me to get out, cut the trade early. But sometimes you just have to actually commit to your trade. And no matter what, as long as it do not hit your stop loss, you do not get out. As you see here, it never hit my stop loss. But it's still a chance that it can still come back up. So it's doing a lot of back and forth. And you see how we displaced. You see how we displaced lower, hit the 8:30 and literally pop back up. So right now, this long wick is kind of holding as support. So right now, this kind of holding that support right now. That's why you want to see speed past lows, right? So you saw we got the speed past some of these lows, and then it pop back. That's not a good sign if you're bearish. But anyways, I just hit. It was only a what? I got in at 79, stopped out at wait 94. So what's that? 94, 7. That's about 14 points. So not bad at all. Literally. So for some reason, when you paper trade, it literally just it just adds all of your loss together. So you see, overall, I started this account with $2,500 like 2 weeks ago, and I'm only down 170 overall. Been on a little losing streak in a row. Look at that. 21 trade, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm on a 9 trade losing streak. That's nasty. So you see, we started off good. Negative 76, 170, 207, 275, 95, 237, 335, and then 13, 400, 185, 137, 25, 80, 60, 38, 22. So the losses are minimal. So you see the wins are way bigger than the losses. I literally have one big loss right here, but that's probably because I had 6 contracts. And you see on these wins, one contract, 2 contracts, 1 contract. This loss right here, we had 3 contracts. So not bad at all. Look how we pulled right back up to it again. So yeah, looking like we have a sign of a low resistance, high resistance market until one of these news drivers make us give us some volatility. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. 9:30 open, we went up, came back down, kind of consolidated, popped back up without super no significant low. We just swept out these small little internal lows. Really no good bullish order flow. Came back down. Now we're doing the same thing, consolidating. So I catch y'all on the next one. Let's get it.